Yesterday I went to see Spider-Man Brand New Day, so here's my review. There were good things about the movie and there were bad things about the movie. So, let's get started. I'm gonna start with the pros and then I'll move on to the cons and then I'll move on to the conclusion. Pro number 1. They redid the Marvel Studios logo so that it was specific to the movie. They made it so that it was all of the different clips with Peter Parker in the other 3 films, except for he was erased. Pro number 2 is the beginning. The beginning of the movie was going pretty good. It started out with a bunch of fight scenes and stuff. They were a little quick, showing him it was like a montage of what he was doing over the 4 years. There was like a voiceover and stuff, so that you kind of got a background. I feel like it worked pretty good. Then they kind of just introduce you to how he's living right now after what happened in the last movie. I think the beginning was pretty good. Pretty well done. The next couple of pros are basically under the same category as each other. The cinematography is the category. So the next pro is the web swinging scenes. The web swinging scenes looked a lot more like the Amazing Spider-Man or the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series, which is a good thing. I feel like in Spider-Man Homecoming, the web swinging scenes weren't that dynamic. In this one, the web swinging scenes have a lot of moving camera shots and they look really good. There's also this one scene where he's swinging around the city as Peter Parker at night. That scene looks really good. The fight scenes also looked good. I think the fight scenes in this movie looked better than when he was fighting the Vulture in Homecoming. The ninja fight scene I thought looked pretty good, and some of the other fight scenes were pretty good too. Spider-Man versus the Hulk with the Punisher there was just a little odd because of some of the slow motion they chose to use. But all the other fight scenes looked pretty good. And this is the biggest pro for the movie. The Peter Parker storyline was pretty good. Nice and interesting. It really was showing how he feels about all this going on, giving you a deeper look into Peter Parker's life and stuff. But the fact that the Peter Parker storyline was good leads us into the cons, because the Peter Parker storyline was just one of many storylines in the movie. Con number 1. There were a few funny moments, but most were just failed attempts at funniness. Con number 2. The mind control was kind of creepy. I mean, it's just all these random people just start being evil, then they can't remember it afterwards. Just kind of creepy. This is a con that's also a spoiler that connects to the fact that the Peter Parker storyline was not the main plot. The last 45 minutes to an hour were about Jean Grey instead. Her backstory, her problems, her fighting her villain. And so they just kind of forgot about Peter Parker's problems for a while, and then it's just not much about him. What they should have done was not had the last hour be about her. They honestly could have cut her out of the movie and then had a different villain that would have worked like Scorpion, because he's been set up to be a villain so long and then he's barely in the movie. And then they could have made a separate Jean Grey movie if they wanted to or something. But she basically just hijacked the last hour of the movie or something. Which I know is it's not the character's fault, it's not the actor's fault, it's the scriptwriter's fault. There were also a few flaws and confusing parts, at first he can sense where she's at, and then he can't, and that's never explained. Even when he learns to use his new spider senses, he still can't sense her or something, I don't know. They never explained that. Also, there were a lot of rumors going around that one person still remembered who Peter Parker was before the movie came out, but in the movie, nobody remembered who Peter Parker was. So that was just a lie. And the other con is that they never addressed Jean Grey's illegal and villainous activity. They just let her go in the end. Thing is, just because there's a worse villain than yourself doesn't mean that you're no longer a villain. Just because she also had someone trying to kill her, they just kind of forgot about her being a villain and focused on that guy. Even if they dropped her charges of breaking into the damage control and stuff because that guy was evil, they still could have arrested her for trespassing. Isn't it assault or something to jump into somebody's brain? Seems illegal. Now I know the movie makers are oh no, these people are being so mean to her. The thing is, they shouldn't be after her for her having these powers, but she doesn't have to use them. She has the option not to use them. She shouldn't be allowed to use them. She should decide not to use them if she wants to not be in trouble. You can't just go jump into other people's lives because you don't like your own. I mean, if I had the power to teleport myself places, I can't just teleport into somebody's house and watch their TV because I don't have a TV that big. Trespassing, it's illegal. So she really should have just decided not to use her powers if she didn't want to get in trouble. It was really simple. Thing is, just because the other guys were bad doesn't mean she wasn't bad. She was bad too. And Spider-Man's just too nice. Jean Grey needed to go to jail, and the damage control guy. But in the end, they both get away. Jean Grey with a pat on the back and a good luck, and the other guy just fleeing the country or whatever. But they both should have gone to jail. It's just simply bad etiquette to go around jumping into people's heads. And she wonders why she has no friends. Thing is, nothing requires her to use her superpowers. Just because you can do something illegal doesn't mean you should. Now for the conclusion. My conclusion of this review is, I think the movie would have been pretty good if they'd actually stayed on the Peter Parker plot. Problem is they got sidetracked by the Jean Grey plot so that you'll watch their X-Men stuff they have. Problem is the movie turned into a commercial for X-Men instead of being about Peter Parker. At the end of the movie they finally get to the point where he tells Ned that he's Spider-Man. So pretty much they finally get to the point they should have started with at the end of the movie. And it's a 2.5 hour long movie, so if they'd cut out all the Jean Grey extra stuff, they could have had an 1.5 to 2 hour movie about Peter Parker. So, if you're looking for an X-Men prequel movie that happens to have Spider-Man in it, this movie's for you. If you're looking for a sequel to the other movies with Tom Holland as Spider-Man, it didn't really feel like those movies at all. It didn't specifically feel like it connected that well. Different directors, so I think it just felt different. It didn't really feel like a sequel at all. Also, MJ and Ned got like barely any screen time. They were there for like 15 minutes. For a sequel, you want to bring back the characters in the previous movies more than you want to introduce like 5 new characters. Also, the Punisher guy was there, I guess, so that you'll go watch his show, but I feel like he worked as a character a lot more than the Jean Grey lady who just kind of took over the whole movie. Overall, I'd give it like 2 stars, 2.5 stars. I would have given it like 4 or 5 if they'd actually made it be about Spider-Man. I wanted to see a Spider-Man movie. That's why I bought the ticket to Spider-Man Brand New Day. But the movie gets hijacked by the other people. Movie got hijacked by the villain. And I feel like after so long of having that Scorpion guy be like, he was in the end credits scene of Homecoming, 9 years later, he's in the movie about as much as he was in Homecoming. They should have had him be the main villain after all that build-up. There were a lot of things I did like in the movie, but there were a lot of things I didn't like in the movie also. Towards the beginning of the movie, first half hour or so, I was really hoping it was going to be good. Then it just went downhill from there. So, thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, you matter, Jesus cares about you, and I'll see you guys again soon. Special thanks to the puppet designer and builder of Charles Stutley, Leaping Lemur Design. And feel free to comment any suggestions you might have for things for me to react to.